What's going on, everybody? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me to get to 100 subscribers. I really appreciate it. So take a look at this video and we'll talk about it on the other side. Let me know what you think about it.
It just shows you the magic of a young quarterback who's willing to do the time and work hard.
Yeah, which we all know he is a hard-working kid. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff's done a good job with that offense. Run the ball, been more patient with the running game maybe than what he was in Arizona. That's shown up. And Daniels has made some plays on his own. He still throws the ball outside the numbers a lot. He still scrambles and can make plays with his legs. I think the teams that are playing him, have to figure out this isn't just another quarterback. We got to play him the right way. But so far, he's done a lot of damage in the National Football League.
Okay. Now, a lot of people in the comments for this video said that Belichick was giving Daniels high praise and it was dope that he was giving him praise. And to me, I think he's giving him lukewarm praise at best. And let me just give you a little bit of backstory. So prior to the draft, Bill Belichick, I guess he did some scouting of some of the top quarterbacks, and he was on Pat McAfee, and he was giving his thoughts on each quarterback. And one of the things he said about Jayden Daniels is that he throws the ball a lot, or he threw the ball a lot at LSU outside the numbers. And he also said that if it was him scheming against Jayden Daniels, he would look to negate all of those outside the number throws and force him to throw the ball in the middle of the field as much as possible. So to me, he's sort of giving a blueprint or almost some nuggets as to how teams will probably try to change up and play Jayden Daniels next year. Because when Bill Belichick repeats something, that means it's important. And that also means that I believe that you got to believe that a few defensive coordinators have listened to this, and they will probably tweak something in their scheme to try to force Jayden Daniels to do that. Now, it might have been a little bit of praise. He gave him praise for working hard and praise for making some plays. But at the end of the day, he quickly said, you got to give Cliff Kingsbury a lot of credit. And he said that teams were not playing him the right way still. And what he's pointing to is you got to force him to throw the ball over the middle of the field as much as possible. So, like I said, he's pointing to, and I think that in a lot of ways, what he's saying is going to probably be the approach by defenses next year. Even if they don't play a defense that typically funnels plays towards the middle of the field, you're going to have defense coordinators sort of tweaking their system to do that when they come up against a Jayden Daniels. And so he said teams still aren't playing him the right way. So you know what he's saying there. And so I will say that the one team that did play Jayden Daniels in that way and did it effectively was the Eagles. If you notice, there were not a lot of passes completed outside the numbers. The ones that were breakdowns, or somebody loses where the ball is in flight or something like that. Like I think of the touchdowns in the game they came back to win. It seemed like the Eagles lost discipline in that game. So you had the outside the numbers touchdown to Terry where Jayden Daniels threw it up and Terry McLaurin came down with it. And then you also had the other one where Zacchaeus caught the ball, faked somebody out, and went into the end zone. And actually, the other two, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 more touchdowns, but the other couple touchdowns were in the middle of the field. Think about the one to, excuse me, think about the one to Jamison Crowder to win it. So I think the toughest team that the Commanders played was the Eagles. And I remember a couple times where the announcers or the analysts would say, you got to take shots against this Eagles defense. You can't just dink and dunk. And so clearly they were trying to keep the ball in front of them and keep it in the middle of the field. And the good thing is that Jayden Daniels played well enough to win in all of those games. Maybe not the first Thursday night game. I mean, it seemed like he had trouble deciphering that defense. I don't know if he was hurt or whatever, but it was kind of tough going for Jayden Daniels in that game. But he seemed to have figured it out as the other games took place. And I like what Jayden Daniels said after those games, especially the championship game and after the comeback to win game at Northwest Stadium. He said you just got to basically take what they're giving you. They're not a team that gives up big plays. They're disciplined, they're good, they're fast. And so you got to take what they give you. And I think Jayden Daniels did a good job of that. So it's not like, okay, you force the ball in the middle of the field as much as possible and it's Jayden's kryptonite. No, Jayden played well enough to win in the championship game. Without the turnovers, who knows where the team would have been. And I think he did a good job of throwing over the middle. He threw some absolute dimes and darts. And he took what was given to him. So I'm encouraged by that. I'm also encouraged by the fact that he has Deebo Samuels now. You know, you can run Deebo on a crosser. You can run him on a wide receiver screen where he takes it to the middle of the field and makes some people miss and takes it to the house. So I think that that's a good player, a good chess piece to have to combat that type of defense. And if they can just draft somebody or develop somebody to play on the outside with some speed and that could pose a challenge on the outside, then that would be good. And I can think of some receivers for sure. If you check out my previous video, you'll see a couple receivers I think that could help in that way. Yeah, so that's all I got for this video, but I thought it was interesting. I think his praise was lukewarm. Hey, Bill Belichick is old school. You got to show him consistently over time. Like, it's not you have a good rookie season and that's it. I mean, he's been around long enough to know you don't just call him one of the best or heap praise on him. You can tell he's like, well, show me some more, kid. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens next year. We'll see what happens next year, right? All right. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe.